The FIA has just dropped explosive new proof from Abu Dhabi 2025 that could put Lando Norris in the spotlight like never before. Red Bull claims that Norris's off-track overtake on Yuki Tsunoda may warrant heavy sanctions and a points penalty, shaking up the race standings. If enforced, it could spark championship drama. Yet the twist? The FIA confirmed Norris's maneuver was legal because he was forced off-track to avoid a collision, keeping his 2025 World Championship intact. And the fallout? Tsunoda was penalized, Red Bull's strategic gamble backfired, and the paddock is buzzing about aggressive defensive maneuvers gone wrong. Subscribe now because this shocking revelation rewrites the Abu Dhabi 2025 finale, and you don't want to miss a single moment of the drama. The 2025 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix had already been set for a thrilling season finale, but Lando Norris's off-track overtake on Yuki Tsunoda intensified the tension across the paddock. During the final laps, Norris was forced off the track to execute a critical pass, a maneuver initially cleared by FIA stewards. However, Red Bull submitted new evidence arguing that the move warranted additional scrutiny, reigniting debates about racing ethics, track limits, and aggressive defensive driving in Formula One. Telemetry from Norris's car offered critical insights into the off-track maneuver. Engineers meticulously analyzed steering angles, throttle application, and vehicle speed at the precise moment he left the racing surface. The FIA's initial review showed that Norris maintained higher momentum and improved exit speed through Sector 3. Red Bull compiled this data into a detailed report, highlighting how even minor performance gains could impact the championship in a closely contested race. The FIA also assessed the maneuver's repeatability across multiple laps. By reviewing laps 31, 34, and 36, engineers determined whether the advantage gained was consistent or a one-off result of track conditions. The findings revealed that Norris's trajectory, combined with precise throttle and steering adjustments, consistently produced measurable performance benefits. This repeatability strengthened Red Bull's claim and underscored the rigor of modern Formula One in monitoring split-second maneuvers. High-speed video footage further validated the telemetry findings. Multiple camera angles captured Norris cutting the track while overtaking Tsunoda, providing visual proof of the off-track maneuver. Frame-by-frame analysis demonstrated that leaving the track allowed Norris to maintain a cleaner racing line and optimize his exit speed. The alignment of telemetry and video evidence gave the FIA a solid basis to consider sanctions, highlighting the critical role of data and visuals in post-race enforcement. For McLaren, the implications were significant. A potential penalty could affect Norris's finishing position and the distribution of championship points, impacting both driver standings and the Constructors' Championship. The team faced the dual challenge of defending their driver while anticipating the FIA's ruling, under intense scrutiny from media, fans, and rival teams. Every decision made during this post-race review carried high stakes, emphasizing how critical even minor incidents are in modern F1. Red Bull's strategic submission of new evidence introduced additional tension to the scenario. By providing telemetry and video, the team emphasized the importance of track limit compliance and demonstrated the technological precision with which modern Formula One regulates racing conduct. The case illustrated that even brief off-track maneuvers can have substantial consequences, showcasing how advanced data collection and analysis now play a decisive role in motorsport governance. Finally, the paddock's reaction was immediate and intense. Analysts, commentators, and rival team principals debated the potential severity of any FIA sanction and the precedent it could set for future races. Abu Dhabi 2025, initially expected to conclude with high-speed spectacle, became a landmark example of post-race investigation and regulatory oversight. Norris's off-track maneuver highlighted how every millisecond and trajectory decision is scrutinized, reinforcing the zero-tolerance culture and strict enforcement that define contemporary Formula One. The FIA's renewed investigation into Lando Norris's off-track overtake was initiated after Red Bull submitted fresh telemetry and high-speed video evidence. Engineers meticulously analyzed steering angles, throttle application, and vehicle speed at the exact moment Norris left the track to overtake Yuki Tsunoda. The data confirmed that the maneuver provided a measurable advantage, maintaining momentum and higher exit speed through Sector 3, which could affect race outcomes and overall competitive fairness. Mechanical simulations were conducted to replicate the incident under authentic race conditions. Using Norris's telemetry and vehicle dynamics, the FIA recreated his trajectory to assess tire load, suspension response, and aerodynamic effects. These simulations demonstrated that leaving the track allowed Norris to maintain higher speed and reduce energy loss, providing a tangible performance advantage that validated Red Bull's evidence and justified reopening the case for further review. High-speed video corroborated the telemetry and simulation results. Multiple camera angles captured Norris cutting the track while overtaking Tsunoda. Frame-by-frame analysis illustrated that the maneuver enabled him to carry a cleaner racing line and maintain higher exit velocity. This integration of telemetry, simulation, and visual evidence created a compelling, multi-layered case for the FIA to consider a post-race sanction. The FIA also analyzed the repeatability of the maneuver by examining multiple laps, including laps 31, 34, and 36. Each lap consistently demonstrated performance benefits derived from leaving the track. This repeatability confirmed that the advantage was neither accidental nor caused by temporary track conditions, but an intrinsic result of the maneuver itself. Repeatable performance gains are critical in determining the severity of potential penalties. Regulatory guidelines in Formula One emphasize compliance rather than intent. Even though Norris maintained control and avoided collisions, leaving track limits to gain a positional advantage constitutes a clear breach. Red Bull's evidence showed that the maneuver altered vehicle dynamics and lap performance in a measurable and repeatable way, reinforcing the FIA's rationale to review the case and consider a significant points penalty. For McLaren, the potential consequences were substantial. Depending on the FIA's final ruling, Norris could lose championship points or have his finishing position revised, impacting both driver standings and the Constructors' Championship. The team faced the dual challenge of defending their driver while anticipating the potential sanction, under intense scrutiny from media, fans, and rival teams. Every millisecond and trajectory decision became critical in shaping the post-race outcome. Finally, the paddock's reaction was immediate and intense. Analysts, commentators, and rival team principals debated the potential severity of any FIA sanction and the precedent it could set for future races. Abu Dhabi 2025, initially expected to conclude with high-speed spectacle, became a defining example of post-race scrutiny and regulatory enforcement. Norris's off-track maneuver illustrated how even split-second decisions are meticulously examined to preserve fairness, integrity, and the zero-tolerance culture of modern Formula One. In Formula One, track limits are enforced with absolute precision to maintain fairness and competitive integrity. Any driver leaving the designated racing surface to gain an advantage is considered in breach of FIA regulations, regardless of intent. Norris's off-track overtake on Yuki Tsunoda was analyzed using telemetry, mechanical simulations, and high-speed video to measure the exact performance gains achieved. Even minor deviations from the track can produce measurable improvements in speed and sector times, which the FIA treats as serious regulatory infractions. Telemetry analysis revealed that Norris maintained higher exit speeds and optimized throttle and steering inputs during the off-track maneuver. These subtle adjustments allowed him to carry momentum that would have been lost if he had remained within track limits. In modern Formula One, milliseconds are decisive, and the FIA monitors every parameter of the car to ensure full compliance. The data confirmed that the advantage gained was consistent and reproducible, providing a strong technical basis for potential regulatory action. Mechanical simulations were conducted to replicate Norris's trajectory under realistic race conditions. Engineers evaluated tire load, suspension response, and aerodynamic effects throughout the off-track maneuver. The results demonstrated that leaving the track enabled Norris to maintain higher speed and reduce energy loss, producing a measurable performance advantage. This validated both telemetry and video evidence, giving the FIA a comprehensive understanding of the maneuver's technical impact. High-speed video corroborated telemetry and simulation findings. Multiple camera angles captured Norris cutting the track while overtaking Tsunoda, visually confirming the maneuver. Frame-by-frame analysis demonstrated that leaving the track allowed him to maintain an optimal racing line and higher exit speed. The alignment of visual and telemetry evidence provided a complete picture that justified potential post-race sanctions. The FIA also examined the repeatability of the maneuver across multiple laps, including laps 31, 34, and 36. Each lap demonstrated consistent performance gains from leaving the track. Repeatable advantages are critical in determining the severity of potential penalties, showing that the advantage was neither accidental nor caused by transient track conditions, but a direct result of the maneuver itself. Penalty assessment in Formula One considers both regulatory compliance and competitive impact. Even though Norris maintained control and avoided collisions, leaving track limits to gain a positional advantage constitutes a clear violation. Red Bull's evidence showed that the maneuver altered vehicle dynamics and lap performance in a measurable and repeatable way, justifying the FIA's decision to consider a significant points penalty. Finally, this incident highlights the zero-tolerance enforcement culture in modern Formula One. Every maneuver, no matter how brief, is analyzed with extreme precision. Norris's off-track pass demonstrates how telemetry, mechanical simulations, and high-speed video converge to provide a complete understanding of compliance. The FIA's scrutiny ensures championship integrity, showing that even minor infractions can carry major consequences for drivers and teams alike.